Hello, champions. As you know, I'm Selena from Selena Living Music, and this is the That's So Christmas podcast. And I'm here with Raizel and Potecasi.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
So we're coming on
No,
just to talk about the show as well as the Christmas holiday. And actually, before we do that, let you find out who these amazing folks are, starting with Potecasi.
no. How you doing? I'm Potecasi Slade. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. I'm a entertainer, musician. I sing. Thank you, Selena, for allowing me to be a part of this wonderful show.
Absolutely.
And know you guys will enjoy it. And thank you for having me here tonight.
Nice.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Raizel, and I'm from Baltimore City, born and raised. I just love music. I sing, play the keys, and I'm also grateful that Selena just considered me. If you don't have your tickets yet, make sure you get them because it's
Gotta
it's
get that.
well worth
Come
it.
on.
I was there. We were there, like
We
to
were
be in
there.
the element of that
Right.
that recording. It was incredible. So
You guys were there from the beginning. I appreciate everything that you did are doing right now.
oh, for sure.
Yeah. These two right here just not just guest artists but family. So I really appreciate them a lot. And let's talk about the show. So um I'll say this. The show actually came from an idea of really making sure that people feel like as close to Christmas as we know it as
Hmm.
possible because
Hmm.
this new norm is not normal.
No, it's not.
No.
And, just having to wear a mask. I know there's been times where I've grabbed the mask at the last second or had to run back to the car. Like, oh my
Hmm.
gosh, one time I was in the store.
Yeah, right,
Like
right,
this, like, oh my gosh, the
right.
lady met me. The cashier was right at the door. She was like, here you go, man, with the mask.
Right.
But yeah, it's just the things that we have to do to stay safe.
Right.
Um, it's just it's something. So the holidays are affected. I know
Mhm.
Thanksgiving was interesting for me.
Yeah, I was just
Um,
thinking about that. Thanksgiving was not the same this
right.
year. It did
What
not
about
feel
for
the
Yeah.
same.
you?
You know, well, I actually had a pretty good Thanksgiving because it was just my wife and I. So
Mm,
and I think that, and that's how it usually is, right? But I think that recognizing that things are different now, I think that you try to look at the blessings that you have,
right.
currently, right?
Hmm.
And I
Right.
think that when we talk about this pandemic, I haven't seen, I've seen my mom, but I haven't hugged my mom since March 6th.
Mm.
Right.
Wow,
And so because
that's real.
she's, safer at home, she stays at home and everything. And so, and I think you and I've talked about this, that so that is like my standard.
Mhm.
Right. So until I can hug my mom, I'm good with just being in my bubble and being able to be amongst family members and
Right,
stuff like
right, right,
this
right.
now. And that's what made the show so wonderful because you're right. There was so much love there.
Mm.
And that I
Yeah.
think that's the thing that we miss,
Mhm.
right? Because when you go to the grocery store or the big box store, or whatever, everybody, either somebody's too close or
Right.
or
Back up.
whatever, right? And you just
Right.
want to get in and get out. But when we did this production, it was so much love in
Yeah.
one place,
Hmm.
and it's almost like being in church, right?
Yeah,
Because
I
I haven't
think
been in
that,
church in a minute either.
especially amongst like a bunch of musicians and singers, like we miss the live experience. We
Yes,
miss
Right.
the
absolutely.
live concerts, the live EP releases. All of that is nothing like. It's just nothing like it. Like
Very
Right.
true. Very true.
having that live music, having the people in the room. So I think that is something that uh, we realize that maybe we've taken that for granted, like just basic human
Yeah.
interaction. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Because like we weren't created to be alone. We weren't created to
Mm-mm.
be isolated, and
Not at
Very
that
all.
true. Right.
2020 has shown a whole lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking as Father Casey was talking about not hugging your mom since
Hmm.
March. Like my grandmother, um, my paternal grandmother, I'm careful when I see her. Like it's like love you, Nana, but
Right.
no real close. I
Right.
think I did like once or twice, and I was so like,
I know.
just
I get it. I get it. Right. Because I think that how we are and how we feel is like, we feel like, I can handle the world. Right. And I think that's where the bash is when it comes to these masks. But I think that there are quite a few, many people out there that are so fearful of passing it on.
Mhm.
And I think that that's where we come, like you said, with your grandmother, with my mom and everything. It is
Mhm.
like, as I say, hit me with your best shot, but I don't want to give anything to anybody else.
Mhm.
And then it just ruins like a bloodline or something, right?
Mhm.
Because you hear people lose families,
Yeah.
over this. And it's just that, I just don't want to be that, patient zero.
Right.
And with that factor, being somebody that is connected to a lot of people in church and music ministry, and things like that,
Yeah, you all
I
over the
get.
world.
Oh
Mhm.
God.
You
Worldwide.
Well,
international.
Selena
You
worldwide.
international.
oh God. So
Carrying keyboards and everything. I saw that. I saw
Right,
that.
right, exactly. You
Had
saw
to
that,
open it up
right?
in the airport and all right, it still
Exactly.
works. That C sounds like a C. That's a
It-
middle C right there,
right.
y'all. Right.
Like you can't fool her ear.
Okay,
Like,
you're right.
sounds a little off. Hold up.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
oh,
Had it wrapped in a quilt.
Exactly.
I did. Because man, one time they didn't put what is it? The orange stickers with
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the
yeah,
fragile.
fragile, or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mentioned that because I get notices about people being ill and or passing away
Oh
a
yeah.
lot. And
Right.
so getting those multiple notices, it's like my heart goes out to the family members, the
Mm.
friends, and
Yeah.
the church family.
Yep.
I've lost some folks myself, and it's like it just hits you. So with
Right.
that,
Right. Right.
bringing
Right.
something, music is powerful. It's a language that
Very true.
communicates
Mhm.
love, joy, peace, light, comfort.
Mhm.
In fact, there is a line of study concerning music therapy that actually helps people heal.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Helps me.
knowing that,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yep.
knowing that for us, I know for me as a creative, to escape into music is
Mhm.
like
Oh
there's
yeah.
times I forget I'm here. Like
Right.
I'm
Right.
literally
Yeah.
in another dimension.
Mhm.
And being able to take people with you in that is really to me cool and a bit of a gift.
Mhm.
And we wanted to give that wrapped gift
That's
in
good.
That
Yeah.
So
That's good.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
it's
So
definitely a gift because I know it's funny because I have a few family members and friends that have purchased tickets,
Mhm.
and they're like, as much as you talk, you haven't said anything about the show, and I was like, yo,
You just
yo,
gotta see.
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
because I haven't even seen it, right,
Mm.
but just experiencing it, I'm like,
Mhm.
I want to see a different element of myself out there.
Yeah.
So I know that anybody who knows,
Right.
and then with you guys bring, come on, man,
Mhm.
it's yeah,
What's interesting and is like really really amusing to me right now in this moment is that you guys actually don't know the full, like the whole show, what all is in it. You have the pieces,
Mhm.
but
right,
once you see, you're gonna be like, oh, that was
Yeah. Can't
right.
wait.
But we know how you do. We know
Okay.
how you do.
Yeah.
You know how
yeah.
you do.
So looking
Selena got
forward.
some tricks up her sleeves,
Oh
y'all.
Lord.
Right.
I believe in not only bringing content but bringing an experience.
Yeah,
I know
for sure.
the live
Yes.
experiences that you were talking about.
Mhm.
I was actually talking to another music colleague, and we were talking about how just doing song to song to song to song, it gets boring.
Mhm.
We're used to hearing music all the
Right.
time, but giving people an experience and really like having the ebbs and flows of
Mhm.
the arts, dance, poetry, song,
Right.
just flowing together.
Right.
It's amazing, an
That's something
amazing
else.
experience.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's like you were saying prior, when you woke up and you had this vision, right? And you have a vision, it's hard to go halfway
Mhm.
Right.
and
Right.
and just stop and say, okay, I guess, this is more than what the people I know have seen, right? And you just continue to stretch yourself. And I think that that's what has, raising myself so excited to be a part of this is
Yeah.
because when the vision comes out
Right.
and you see it then you recognize that it's always beautiful being a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, like what drew me to this thing is that I see that this one right here will go 120,000%. And when I see how relentless, seriously, when I see how relentless you were about this, like even the Fall Into Love concert,
Yeah.
I looked at that and it was on Facebook Live, and I was like, bro, I felt like I was there. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I was like, there has to
That
be
joint was
more. Like
live.
I was itching for more. You know what I'm saying? So her relentlessness and your, it's like you don't know how to give something. You don't know how to not do 100%. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
yeah.
you have to
Mediocre
do
is
all or
not
nothing, and
enough.
You have
that is
also-
what
Right.
that's what made me most excited to be a part of something like this. She's like, I'm like, okay, she's serious about this thing. This is something that she loves. She's taking her passion and she's going hard.
Totally.
So like, let me just get behind that and just serve however I can.
Wow,
Like,
wow.
you know, that
And she
that
got
right
us,
there is
and you have a
priceless.
killer team too, right?
Yes.
It's not like people.
Right.
Y'all out there may feel like she rolls up in a limo, they roll out the car, but she gets out, and everything is there.
I mean, the caliber of Selena
the
Olivia,
caliber
like,
definitely.
there.
But,
It's definitely there.
She has some right hand people that you see them go in the corner, start whispering, and they come out firing. And
All right.
Yeah.
That's
and,
the truth,
it's-
man.
it's a great
Gotta have a
team.
good team.
Yeah.
Have to.
Huddling up and making things happen. In fact, the one on the camera right now for this podcast is one of the team
The
members who
professionalism.
I
Yes,
remember
sir.
sitting across him and his wife like a year or so ago at Wegmans, and we made some moves immediately. And we talked about some collaborations that we've already done, some things that we're working on for 2021. It's just when God makes you cross paths with amazing people, you just value them
Yeah.
and just keep moving forward.
Right.
Right.
That's important.
So I'm eager to hear something.
Mhm.
What's that?
I want to know what. Let's start with Potecasi. I want to know what is your most memorable Christmas moment.
I'll go with the one that just comes to mind first. And most memorable Christmas or Christmas time, right, is when we used to go down to Potecasi, North Carolina. That's where my dad's from, hence the name.
Okay.
Right. I like
podcast.
the way you just
Yeah, just
Right,
slid
right, hence the
that in.
name, right? And and I always like to tell people, my dad was son of a sharecropper, so I like to go to the original of
Yeah.
this country,
Roots.
the
Yeah,
roots of
yeah,
this
yeah,
country.
yeah.
But I ain't gonna go there, right? But yeah, I remember being down there, and my grandparents had 7 boys, 1 girl, and they were married, and I had my cousins, and we're all down there in a 2-bedroom and a kitchen house, right? And I used to always wonder, like, you would wonder how Santa Claus would get down there, right? And
Yeah,
because there's a
yeah.
wood burning stove, no real chimney. But
Mhm.
then you also realize, like I said, I ain't really believe in Santa Claus too long because my parents worked hard for gifts, right? And so my cousins and all, we would walk around, this, I don't know, you're kind of young, so I don't know if you know what underoos are, yo. So that's like the superhero draws joint, right?
Okay, I can
Right.
learn.
Got you.
Right.
I'm
I had to think about it. I
90s
had
baby,
to-
and no. Okay, all right.
So these superhero, that T-shirt, and you have these superhero outfits,
Okay.
and
Okay.
and I think that think that was my most memorable because now, even now at this time, right, where grandparents have moved on and gone to glory, and now you don't even and my family is still that tight today, right? So every
That's good,
Christmas we were
yeah.
all the uncles and the one aunt. Well, now I guess all of them got married, so a bunch of aunts, right?
Yeah.
All of us,
A bunch of aunts.
right? All of us still show up to one house, and and now we have kids, right? Now my
Yeah.
cousins that I used to run around
Yeah.
in underoos with, right? They have kids in college. I have kids that are growing up, graduating, and everything.
Wow.
And I think that and that's the beautiful level of family, right?
Yeah.
Because when it comes down to gifts, I realize if I really want something, I buy it myself.
Mhm.
And
Right.
give it to myself, and then so it's those moments, and I think those are the times that I feel like that will be missed
legacy.
around this time, right?
Like your whole
I'm stuck
family.
on underoos in my head. I'm stuck on.
Okay, I'm trying to be all deep legacy.
Right, right. And
Roots.
Selena still imagine me in draws.
Oh
Selena.
Sierra. No, Sierra.
That's funny.
His beautiful
Right,
wife. No,
right.
Sierra.
Oh, no, forget my
Right.
legacy thought. Let me
Right,
just.
right. Say, ooh, Lord, ooh, baby, ooh, child.
That's beautiful though.
Yeah.
Like, to come from a big family.
Yeah, we are
that's
big family.
that's but the consistency of y'all gathering, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't get that a lot. And that's just me being real. Like you just don't get that a whole lot. So when you do, that's something to cherish.
Right, very true.
I
very
guess it's
true.
my turn for the Christmas memory.
It is. It is your
Yeah.
turn.
Well, so I got by Santa Claus.
We all have.
Yeah, probably till I was like a solid 10, 9 or 10 years old, I believe,
Oh, wow.
in Santa
Okay.
Claus. And my parents, I believed in the tooth fairy, all of that, like everything but the Easter Bunny.
Can I ask you a
Church
question?
kid, yeah, what's up?
So did you like really believe in it, or was your parents kind of like mine? Like if you didn't say you believed in it, you wouldn't get nothing, right? You're like, all right, Santa Claus is
Nah.
for real. and
So
then they
a
give you
lot
something.
of my life, I was oblivious. I was like this
That's
big
cool, though.
googly-eyed kid,
That's
right?
beautiful.
Like even
That
up
is
until a couple of
beautiful.
years ago. So I
Stay that way. That is beautiful.
just like believed. I was like, oh, Santa Claus, like ma. Like going into the memory, one year, and I tried to explain this to my mom, and she was like, no, Raizel, I don't remember it. I'm like, yes, you do. Stop playing with my mind. But she left this I know it was her, but I came downstairs one night and there was this note from Santa Claus because we made Santa Claus milk and cookies, right? So we baked.
Santa Claus.
Did you guys have a fireplace?
No,
Okay.
we had a fake one.
Got you.
It looked nice, but it didn't burn
He
nothing.
comes to those. He comes to those.
He does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Santa Claus. Well, anyway,
He
I
be
don't
there.
want to spoil it for the kids, but nah, we made milk and cookies for Santa and left it on the table or whatever. And I went upstairs. I came downstairs in the middle of the night, right? So I'm one of those kids. I'm like, oh, I want to see.
Of course.
And I see this note, this piece of paper, and the writing on it, like, yeah, the letters were like square letters. Like if I could write it down and show it to you, I would. It was like you know how you write an R like that. It was like a square R. It was so, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is from Santa Claus. Like he's weird, you know what I'm saying? Like he's not from here. So all of this is like going in my head, and I was like, Ma, you know, like, oh my gosh, Santa Claus. And then somebody ate the cookies. I'm like, he left me a note. Like, Santa Claus left me a note. And my mom was like, oh my God, you know how just playing along with, again,
Yeah.
messing with my
Gotcha.
mind. And then like, I'll never forget that. She played that good. And then, like by the time I was like 13 or 15 or something, I was like, yeah, that was fake, wasn't it? She was like,
I don't know. She could have taught you to dream.
what? That's something
see
to
how
pull
you-
from it. Okay.
I'm not all jokes here.
Okay.
You know, I get
Slade
deeper.
got deep on us.
Right,
Nah,
you
no,
know.
that's good. That's good. Like keeping that,
You know, okay.
keeping that
You
wide moment.
you brought me back to my childhood
Yeah, what was
because
yours?
for us the tradition. Well, I think the kids now, like you said, families have, the kids have had kids. We got to open one gift on Christmas Eve, so we would open that one gift, and then our behinds wouldn't go to sleep because
Right.
12:01 we was open up all the rest. I remember one Christmas I was like, trying to stay awake because I didn't want to miss nothing. I kept
Right.
looking at the time, just those memories.
Yeah.
But the most memorable one is really silly. My brother, his oldest son, James, was maybe 3 years old, and it's Christmas Eve, about to turn Christmas. And he went upstairs by himself. We didn't know it. He comes downstairs. We watching some movie. It was probably, I don't know, a Christmas Story, one of the classics. And we all of a sudden hear, and we're like, what is that? We turned to the
Oh.
stairs, He's not joking.
Oh, okay.
He's playing. He's like,
Oh my God, that would scare me to death.
I'm like, yo,
yeah, so we all about
you
have
had
heart
a nightmare
attacks.
before
And
Christmas.
then we looked at my brother because he's a jokester. We looked at him like, get your son. Get your son. That's all you.
Yeah.
But I remember that Christmas vividly. But okay. So great Christmas memories. Let's go to something else real quick before we end out. Songs. Your favorite
song.
if you have one.
Favorite Christmas song?
Yeah.
Favorite Christmas song.
I mean, I'll have to go with.
Wait. So here's the catch. You got to sing a little bit of it.
Oh.
Can't just say the title. You got.
Doesn't matter how we sing it. We gotta like actually sound good. Like I'm playing. Oh, holy night.
Yeah.
The stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
What? I should have went
I
first.
love that one too.
Yeah, I love that.
For sure.
I guess I go with this one. I haven't heard this one this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Silent night, holy night,
Yeah.
all is come.
Yeah, give us that rap. I love it.
Yeah.
All is right.
Yeah.
Down young virgin's mother and child. Oh, y'all don't help me out, huh?
Well, we
Y'all
was just so in awe of the rasp of the voice.
Yeah. I call him present day. Well, Bono's still alive. So let me not say present day. But he makes me think of Bono. So mine, I have a couple of favorites, but one of my ultimate favorites, I'm actually singing. What child is this? And it's a difficult song, but what child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping? Yeah. Just very, it's a minor.
That's what that North Star up there. I see it right there. Just ding, just a
Right.
little bell. Bing.